Ladies and gentlemen, Rosewood Hotel and Group is Serene Group. Let's make them even better. Good morning, we are Lux Consulting and today we will be redefining the Rosewood experience. When you're good at something, make that your everything. Rather than stray away from Rosewood's core competencies, we will be doubling it down on them. Rosewood has significant competitive advantage in being unique and authentic, as well as having small, ultra-luxurious residentials. It is able to provide a one-of-a-kind experience in having a sense of place, as well as capturing the local character and culture of the location itself. Next, let's take a look at the competitors' landscape. The market is divided into corporate branded hotels and individual unique collections hotels, which Rosewood reside under. Rosewood has to understand that transiting into a corporate branding hotel, they have to understand the key competitive players, which is the Ritz-Carlton, the Four Seasons, and Fairmont. Weighing the pros and cons of individual branding and corporate branding, we really do not know the clear upside on which is the better approach. However, understanding your stand on corporate branding, we will be identifying significant differences for you to take note of. Moving towards corporate branding, you have to understand that there will be a certain level of consistency in services, as well as you should expect an increase in customer lifetime value. You should also have an increase in cross-property patronage with its brand on the line. However, the company should take note of the cons that comes along with this shift. Let's take a look at the three most prominent properties of Rosewood. They are pristine and luxurious. However, the Rosewood employees and people call it a collection of individual properties. Therefore, we need to increase the corporate branding by connecting properties to the Rosewood branding so that we achieve a level of consistency as what a corporate brand hotel have. Understanding the existing competitors and Rosewood as a company entering the market, they have to preserve their competitive advantage and preserve the individual uniqueness and authenticity of each property to remain competitive. Next, we will be moving on to the customer segmentation. So there will be three distinct groups in the customer segmentation. First, we have the familiar group, which, like Mr. Yao, comes in and have corporate reasons or they have stayed there before. Next, we have the authentic people, which comes in and understand about the authenticity of the local location and is what makes them repeat their visits in Rosewood. So they will really want to have the full experience of the location itself, just like Miss Naila. Next, we have the junkies, which is the people that demand for the Rosewood brand. So the people that demand for the Rosewood brand, they consist of the 5% that goes multi-property, just like Madam Alma. And our team has identified that Rosewood should target the authentic people. The reason being, because they want to experience a local culture and they do not care about where they reside mostly. They choose the location over the property name and values the authenticity of the location. And I believe that this is what Rosewood is good for because of their core competency in authenticity. And with a strong link between a corporate branding and the properties, the target segment will be able to live in the Rosewood experience and understand about the culture that they want. And this is what this target segment seeks and is what Rosewood is able to provide.
Well, with the desire for corporate branding as well as the retention of our uniqueness, how do we then reconcile the two? Well, whoever said that life isn't a bed of roses has clearly not experienced our Rosewood quality. So, introducing our bed of roses, we only seek to give the best unadulterated Rosewood experience to all our consumers. So, we begin in starting before we begin. And during the pre-stay, we actually have a simple, elegant web page for our potential customers to navigate through. And they'll be guided by fast-free multiple booking channel payment methods to allow them to book their stays. And we'll also be providing timely reminders as well as arrival information for them to come in fast-free. And during hotel stay, we'll be greeting them with our top-notch hotel services, such as chauffeuring as well as customer service, and they will be awed by our good interior as well as amenities. And at Rosewood, the quality never ends. We'll be giving prompt user review and following up with customer engagement and rewards. And if you're unsure of how this will pan out, just take a look at Susanna and Denzel. They have astutely chosen Rosewood as their hotel for their summer holiday. And when they come into the hotel lobby, they'll be greeted by exhibitions of exotic, authentic pictures of the hotel, which is Little Dick's Bay in this case. And this will showcase their heritage and appeal to them, pique their interest so that it caters to our target segmentation. And moving on, when they step into our room, they will be greeted by the scent of Rosewood, because we believe in bringing a sense of place through the scent of place. And what this means is that we'll be giving an in-house Rosewood scent to bring about familiarity throughout all our hotel rooms. So Denzel puts down his watch and then he places his watch on the table and he sees a greeting card, which is customized and tailored message is tailored to him. And he actually has a complimentary pen, and this actually reflects the chic and stylish vibes of the Carlisle in New York, as well as the Little Dick's Bay, which has an interesting tropical waves pen. And to top it, to get the cherry on top, we're going to introduce One Rosewood. And this is actually one of the few of our iconic hotels of Rosewood. But at the moment, if we're considering corporate branding, we were thinking that it might water down our current corporate position. And as such, we would like to do our corporate branding in a two-pronged approach. So mainly, for those with iconic names, we'll be leveraging on their current popularity and park our name of Rosewood behind the name, the iconic name. For example, the Carlisle by Rosewood. And then less known smaller hotels of ours will have Rosewood parked in front of their name so that they'll be able to leverage on the popularity and the elegance of our outstanding iconic names. So with that, I will pass on the time to Yang Bing.
So now you know that Rosewood is targeting a rebranding initiative where they will be incorporating the Rosewood name into our existing hotel names. So when we're talking about rebranding, one of the important things we need to consider, besides our customers, is definitely our internal stakeholders such as our employees. So with that, we come to our third recommendation, blooming worldwide. Employees form the heart of Rosewood's core operations, where they form the direct link between the customers and the hotel itself. Hence, the most effective way to drive growth through this need would be to encourage employee engagement. So based on the sales employee customer profit chain, we have determined that with a 5% increase in employee engagement, we will also see a 1.3 point increase in terms of customer satisfaction, which will in turn drive revenue to increase by 0.5%. Hence, this framework will form the basis of our strategy as we introduce a new program, which would be to provide a free staycation for our top 2 performing employees annually. So this staycation, this cross-property rotation of employees will allow employees to better understand the unique properties under Rosewood and become acquainted with and establish an underlying baseline in terms of the standard and quality that should be provided across all of our outlets. And with this improved employee engagement and understanding of the Rosewood brand, we will be able to promote employee engagement by encouraging feedback and input from our employees. So these are the key performance indicators that we'll be looking at to evaluate whether our solutions are effective or not. And in summary of our recommendations, so we have the objectives, key issues, recommendations, as well as the impact of our recommendations. So our team has identified two primary risks which would be involved in the implementation of these solutions. So firstly, employees might not be happy with the inclusion of the Rosewood name, given that currently they currently view Rosewood and their hotels as two separate entities. Hence, it's important that we introduce the additional employee trainings to manage the expectations of our employees and ensure that they are in line with Rosewood's identity. Secondly, would be that Rosewood might not be well received by customers who might feel alienated by the incorporation of this new name. Hence, it is important that we review the branding campaign at the moment and ensure a smooth transitioning of the Rosewood name into our current hotel names. And at the same time, we can also consider the future potential of broadening our marketing strategies and penetrating the market when there are sufficient financial resources. So this is our implementation timeline for our recommendations. And moving on to financials. So the average marketing expense per guest that we have calculated would be $138.70 with Rosewood corporate branding. And this is given by the equation below. Moving on. In terms of customer retention rate, we expect an increase in the percentage of multi-property guests retention from 5% to 10%, which will give us an average gross profit of $624 versus the original $576. If we look at net profits as a whole, due to our implementation of our third recommendation, which would be blooming worldwide, we expect that after the first year, we'll see a further increase to up to 12% in terms of multi-property customer retention, which gives us a net present value of $472.82 per customer. In terms of financial feasibility, our recommendations are definitely financially feasible. Because if you look at our budget of $1 million, our cost in our first year, this is the highest cost already, and it's only $924,680. The reason why there's a large dip between our first and second year would be due to the implementation of Roots, which was the exhibition featuring the unique location traits which will help to appeal to our specialized target segment. And because this is a long-standing exhibition that will be executed this first year, so that's why there's a dip in cost. But overall, we see that all our costs are within our budget of $1 million per year. So to sum it all up, Rosewood has currently many core competencies and strengths that we are able to leverage on. However, with our recommendations, we believe that we will be able to bring Rosewood to even greater heights in the years to come. Thank you.
Alright, shall we start Q&A?
Sure.
Okay, maybe I just have one quick question since we enter all the financials. Say your multi-property guests, number of multi-property guests will double. Yeah, 5% to 10%.
Actually, we're expecting a further increase to 12%. Although the case projected that will increase to 10% only, but because of our introduction of the
Employee.
the blooming worldwide. So because of the framework that we mentioned earlier, the Sears employee customer profit change, so we estimate that we'll be able to actually achieve a 12% retention rate rather than the original estimated 10%.
Okay, can you maybe bring me through step by step how this increases the retention rate? Because from what I understand, right, Rosewood properties are all over the place. It's not like US and whatever, it's really all over the place. So how are you going to expect, let's say I stay in the Carlisle, then I want to, you expect me to go over to one of the other chains that's on the other side of the earth. May not happen, but maybe bring me through how you think your recommendations. So
just to clarify, for this recommendation, it's actually targeting the employees, not so much the customers specifically, but because we are targeting the employees as an internal stakeholder, so it actually affects the customers in the end. So what we're doing for our employees is that we're going to provide this program where the top 2 performing employees annually will be able to go on a staycation. So when they go to this other property located in a different location, they'll be able to experience like the unique culture as well as the basic standard for service. So by doing this, we've ensured that we are always maintaining that Rosewood quality. And also when they are actually traveling to other locations and they experience it firsthand, they'll be able to believe in our brand as a Rosewood entity rather than the individual hotels more strongly, and they'll be able to aid them in cross-selling. So, for example, when a customer comes and then they talk about their experience at maybe Rosewood Little Dix Bay, then they will actually, the the staff will actually be able to recommend like, oh, actually, if you're looking for this kind of authentic experience, I've been to perhaps Carlisle personally, and I've experienced it. I've had a very wonderful experience. So this will help them to actually improve the multi-property customer retention rate by cross-selling. Yeah.
Alright, I guess maybe my question was, do you think a customer goes to the Carlisle would, so you mentioned like there are guests that go for the location and then there are guests that go to the hotel, right? So do you think if I go to the Carlisle and then you try to cross-sell me another hotel at another location, do you think that will work? That was my question, I guess. So retention and cross-selling only works if people go for the hotel, right?
What we're trying to do with our recommendations is to actually convert our target segment, which is those who are currently looking at location, so that they will go for the authenticity of the experience. So meaning if they have the quality of the experience with Rosewood in Little Dix Bay, then after that they are looking for something similar, like they want to try a new location perhaps, then they can go to another outlet by Rosewood to look for the same experience. I mean, not same experience, but yeah,
Standardized.
yeah, it's one experience that will have the same quality.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you go to the totals like total cost like the one? Why will the cost increase over the years? Like why will the cost increase and like if I'm doing this for the long term, it should decrease or that like can you justify the increase in cost?
Okay, the increase in cost, if we take a look at the financials. Yes. Okay, so the reason why we have estimated an increase in cost is because actually based on their current profit margin, which is 32%, we actually projected an increase in revenue as well. So if there's an increase in the average daily spending, there will be an increase in cost, assuming that their profit margin remains the same. But actually, this is a conservative estimate because usually we'll expect that with these new initiatives, their profit margin will actually increase and they'll be able to earn greater margins in the future. Yeah.
I understand from you. Like going to your first part, your first insight about the customer segmentation, you chose to target the authentic customers. So so far I understand that you are targeting the authentic customers because it ties in with your cost efficiency of your hotel. But can you justify it based on the market size of this segment and all the growth? Is it viable? Is it a large enough segment for us to capture?
Alright, so for the people that goes for the authentic segment, their segment is definitely not large. That's why it's not as large as it's middle size because there are not a lot of people that goes for the authentic experience, right? However, because the junkies are already the one that contributes to the 5% of multi-property guests, what we are trying to do is to convert the current existing customers. So that's why we projected only a 5% increase with 2% due to the employees package. Yeah, blooming worldwide.
And to add on to that point, even though they might not currently represent a large portion of the market, but if we look at some of the other luxury hotels, like perhaps Aman Resorts, actually for Aman, because their package, their corporate branding, their brand equity is very strong. People go back for the experience with Aman, not just the location. So for Aman, they actually have seen a repeat customer rate of 40%. So we can use this as a proxy for how much we might be able to grow in the future if we adopt this strategy.
You mentioned that you wanted to send all your top 2 employees every year to the hotel, right? I don't really think it's a viable thing because you mentioned that one of the objectives there is for them to so-called cross-sell the hotels or location of the hotels of the people. But what are the odds of your customers actually meeting these top 2 employees every year? And also, in terms of the part where you mentioned at the start where you want to maintain so-called the uniqueness of each hotel, I don't see how that ties into
you uniting the whole Rosewood brand, like the way you name it. So if that's the case, how is it that you're going to differentiate each hotel if you're just going to unite them under one name?
Alright. So for the first question, which is
The top two employees, how is it that you want to?
Alright, so for the top two employees, right, the main personal selling point, right, is not when they are there, but what they have experienced there and then bringing it back to their current hotel. Because once they are able to build on a personal relationship, as what we expect the customer lifetime value to increase with the relationship of the organization, the first direct point of contact will be the employees. So with them having to communicate with the employees a lot, we believe that it's more towards the personal selling of other places at their own staple like location. Like if as customers were to ask like, do you have any place to go? Probably or like anywhere that's a very good location overseas, and that will be the main selling point as compared to when they are there. Because when they are there, they are partly enjoying the services of the staycation. Yeah. So the second
Question is for how the Rosewood name,
I think
like,
question
would
is-
differentiate. How you can differentiate.
Okay. Oh, I take out that
Yeah, sure.
question. Okay, so for the second question, actually we are doing a very soft corporate branding. So in the sense that, can you go back to the slide? Okay. So what we are doing is that instead of, as in we considered doing a very harsh approach in a way that we will just change everything to Rosewood and all the hotels now will just come under the umbrella of Rosewood and not like just do away with the distinctive name, for example the colour. But the thing is, for this one, right, because we want to leverage on the icons, like the big names first, so we put it a bit more subtly, but we still want to have the association with Rosewood so that our less known hotels can actually leverage on this name to, in a way, like gain popularity as well, so that they will also be known for the quality of Rosewood, the uniqueness of Rosewood. So it's like we also want to retain that uniqueness of the place also, because that is our strongest selling point. Yeah.
And just to add on to that, like in terms of the uniqueness, so actually, although we're incorporating the Rosewood name into the title of the hotel itself, but in terms of our services, while we will maintain that baseline in terms of quality, but we will not be diminishing like their existing unique traits. Like we'll still have unique services to cater to each hotel. Like for example, in terms of dining experience, it's definitely going to be different across all the different hotels always. So in that sense, we'll still be able to leverage on our core competency.
And that was also why we kind of added in the in-house Rosewood scent. Like we want to just, because we feel that the association with scent is actually very strong. Just look at the appendix. Yeah, so like actually we have like studies that show that like the association with scent in terms of memories and experiences is very strong. So in a way we soften the harsh corporate branding, but then we want at the same time we still associate these hotels together subtly. Yeah.
Okay, one last question. You said you proposed to change the name to the color by Rosewood kind of thing. So how are you as a top management going to convince the managers of each of the hotels to buy into this thing? What is the benefits for them to buy into your Rosewood?
Oh, in terms of the larger
Because
hotels,
the separate hotels will be managed by a top executive or top manager, right? So how do you convince them to buy into changing their name into this corporate branding strategy?
okay, in terms of like this, we would say that actually for the larger hotels, you're referring to the larger ones, like not the smaller ones, which it says Rosewood. Okay, so for the larger hotels, they also want to be associated with these big brand names like the Kala will want to be associated by the mention on Turtle Creek, because at the end it will help to increase their customer rate. And considering that our rooms currently have an occupancy rate of only 60%, we can see that actually they still have a lot of potential for them to increase their customers in this aspect. So if we can draw the customers, for example, from Turtle Creek to the Carlisle, I think that will be attractive to the directors of the hotel.
Yeah, so because at the moment, right, we don't just have one standalone hotel that is iconic. We have a line, actually more than 5, but these are really one of the top 5 the previous slide. So So in this association, I don't think it will actually like water down the branding, the strong branding of the Carlisle, for example.
Do we know where the Carlisle, the Creek and whatever the last one is, where they're located?
This is New York, Las Vegas. Next is Virgin Gorda.
Virgin Gorda.
The Metro Delta Creek is Dallas, Texas, and Les Boron is in London.
Alright,
Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't hear the question. So you want to increase the cross stay across the properties, cross properties stay like customers.
Are you referring to the 60% occupancy and like you want to increase?
No, I think I'm just looking at your final slide.
Oh, okay.
You say that you want to
Increase the target rate to
you want to increase the customer lifetime value, right? One is retention, correct? And the other one is that because you want them to stay in different hotels, means the same customer
the
base.
cross property. Yeah.
So what is the assumption in terms of the cross property stay? How many percentage of the consumers are like that?
Currently, we assume that the current population, as in current cross property, is 5% without the branding.
So, okay, and the assumption of the number of stays in cross property, meaning let's say if I'm a customer, right,
Yeah.
I stay in the first property, how many times do you expect me to restay this in your hotel? Across how many years?
1.3.
Yeah. Currently without corporate branding is 1.2, but with corporate branding we expect that it will increase to 1.3.
Across all customers?
Yeah.